I'm currently disconnected. I've got a scratch on my nose. Let's build a robot costume.
Okay, for this build, you are going to need a big box to fit your body in, a small box to fit your head in, a pole that you can fit your arms in, and some socks. You will need a whole bunch of other stuff, but I'll leave that in the description bar below so we can get on with the build. Okay, so grab those socks and cut the ends off them, slide them onto a pole, and you just give them a couple of coats of white paint and put them aside. Okay, so now it's time to work on the robot torso. If you get lost at any point, never fear, there is a link to a diagram in the description box below that should help you through. First things first, you want to cut a hole for your head and cut some holes for your arms. I ended up cutting the sides of the boxes open at this point and flattening it out. I found it a lot easier. Now what you're going to do is find the center of the front bit of the box, what's going to be the chest bit of your box, and you're just going to put a little line, and not all the way through, just enough so that it breaks the surface of the cardboard and so you can bend it. And I've also measured out 2 lines on each side, which sort of match my own body shape, and cut 2 lines there too. Again, not all the way through, just enough so that you can bend it. I decided to try it on, make sure that I had the measurements straight, and that way it gives you a bit of a chance to make any corrections before you go any further. Now once your socks have dried, it's time to give them a fresh coat of silver paint, and while you're in the painting mood, you may as well paint the chest piece as well with some white paint. Give that a couple of coats. Now it's time to work on the head. Cut a hole in the bottom of the box to stick your head in, and work out where you're going to put your eyes and where you're going to put the mouth of the robot, which is going to be basically where your eyes are going to see out of. So at some point you're going to chuck it on, and also cover it in some white paint. Okay, so now your socks should be dry, so slide them off and measure out the spot between your wrist and your elbow. And what you're going to do is cut out 2 pieces of the pole, and they're going to cover your forearm. And if you've got enough pole left over, cut out 2 more pieces to cover your shins, and then just cut a line down the middle so that you can slip them on and off. You're going to want to cover them with white paint, and once you've done white paint, cover them with some silver paint as well. In fact, cover it all in silver paint. Cover the head, cover the arms, cover the legs, all in silver paint. And let it dry. Now it's time to glue the eyes on. Now I glued them on only where the battery latch was, and that way I could get them on and off to change the batteries when I needed to. And I also painted on some red irises to give it a little more personality. Make it look a little more freaky. After that, it was time to do the mouth, and I just used a piece of fly wire and glued it on with some hot glue. Make sure you cover it up really well because there are sharp pieces in there and they can scratch your nose. Okay, so we're going to try on the chest piece one more time, make sure it fits, then slap on some Velcro. Make sure you use heaps and heaps of glue. Now it's on to decorating the chest piece. I found an old digital picture frame and a whole bunch of other stuff, so I slapped that together, traced it out, and then began sticking it down. I also decided to add some on and off buttons, which is an old piece of styrofoam painted red and green, and tried to stick down the picture frame with some Velcro, which didn't work in the end. I ended up just using some duct tape from the back to hold it on. Added some Control-Alt-Delete keys, because you never know when your robot's going to crash. A brake light for a little bit of effects, and some old expired fluoro straps. I think they were an old fluoro necklace. And they didn't look like they worked, but they were kind of funky, so I stuck those in the bottom there as well. Give it a sort of a trippy look. Now it's on to the arms. Finally, last stage. Stick the sock inside the tube, and what you're going to do is just stick that down with some duct tape from the inside. Once it's all stuck down, you're going to glue it from the outside with the glue gun. Seal it up, press it down. Be careful because that glue is hot. Just smooth it out with I smoothed it out with a peg. Now for the hands, I ended up just spray painting some washing gloves silver. It turned out pretty bad. I left them outside. They got caught in the rain. They looked terrible. But stretch them on and attach them with some silver duct tape, and there you go, you're done, really. Now it's time to try it on. If you like this video, remember to comment, rate, and subscribe. And as always, thanks for watching. See you next time.